gonna record this. All right. So, hey guys. So we have another episode, Testimony Tuesday, and I was telling my sis Bree here, I was like, I had some people like, I ain't seen no interviews like from Testimony Tuesday, like, what's going on? And I'm just the type of person that I speak when I'm spoken to. So if I don't hear anything or if I don't feel like God is saying anything, then I'm definitely not going to try to conjure up something. So, but here we are. I was actually just going through just IG stories a few days ago and ran across Bree's stuff. And let me tell you, so I've shared a little bit before, Bree, like on this platform, I've shared in one of the interviews how weight has definitely been a struggle after, honestly, both babies, but after this second one, it was like I still hadn't lost the weight from the first baby. And so, some more pounds packed on, and so I was really open, just sharing about, how I'm trying to get my life together. And I saw one of your stories, and I'm gonna tell you something that you said that really stuck out to me, and it may have been in one of your previous posts. But you said if you show up for yourself every day, the results will follow. And that has honestly stuck with me over the past few days because I've been going to the gym actually probably for the past 3 months, but I'm really just now becoming consistent with it. And I have a personal trainer, but I've always just been like, okay, if I'm not, I need to reach this goal by this time and do this and all this stuff. And so when I read that you were like, how about you just show up for yourself every day and then just let the results follow? Like, I have literally been thinking about that every single day. And so for me, showing up every day, what I've been doing, just so you can keep me accountable. I have been like, I don't necessarily go to the gym every day. So I work out with my trainer twice a week. And then I try to commit myself like to another 2 days where I just do straight cardio because she won't let me do anything like any tough exercises by myself. I had some joint issues. That's a whole nother story.
Girl.
But even outside the gym, like, I'm just kind of watching even like my vitamin intake and, my breakfast and my water intake and all this stuff. Like I count all of that as showing up for myself every day. And so I want you to know before you even start talking, like I'm definitely one of the people who really has been just inspired by your journey, your transparency. And I just want you to share just with, other people, what really got you on this journey. Like you can take us as far back as you want us to. And I'm just going to open up the floor to you.
Well, I appreciate it, girl. I really do, because I do a lot of stuff that I do it because I want to inspire people. And if you know me, I'm all for like inspiring women and pushing women, because I feel like, especially moms and wives, we wear so many different hats and we never we always put ourselves last in some way or shape or form.
Fact.
So I really do appreciate the fact that you shared that, because that means that I'm doing something, in the right direction. So, yeah, even with that post, showing up for yourself every day, I think that's kind of what got me to the point where now I'm like actually like in the gym all the time, because having kids, it does put your body in like a different place. It's like, okay, I'm not really like technically fat, like obese, but I know what my body used to be. And now it's completely different, especially if you throw breastfeeding in there and all of that. It just really throw you off. And so then you try to find the time or the energy to even take a walk or something like that. Even taking a walk with the kid is like work, because you got to get the kid ready. It's just a whole thing, So for me, when I had Ruby, my daughter, she's 2 now. After I had her, I feel like that's when I really started to not necessarily like how I looked, like my body. And for a minute, I kind of gave myself grace because I did just have a baby. So I'm like, oh, it'll fall off. When I had my son who's 7, I was much younger. So it really did just fall off. Mm-hmm. But this second child, like you said, it stuck to me. I'm like, okay.
Baby.
I'm like, okay, where are we going with this? Because this is different. But so that's kind of when I started feeling like, dang, I really want to do something. And my husband is into fitness. And so he would try to like take me to the gym, but then we would get the going back and forth about stuff because I feel like you yelling at me. Why you yelling at me? I already don't want to be here. So that just was not working. And I think maybe like around March of this year, March or April, right when the whole pandemic, quarantine, all that happened, mm-hmm. That's when I really just got to a really low place as far as how I looked, because in a quarantine, I had gained weight and, you know, everybody was at home and yep. You just cooking more, you eating more, you're not doing nothing. And I just remember one day I was like looking at myself and I just burst into tears. And it wasn't because I just looked like so huge to anybody else but me. Mm-hmm. And my husband would say like, you look good. And just the way I felt about myself or the way I saw myself affected every area of my life. So if I was like in the bathroom changing clothes and my husband looked at me, I'm like, why are you looking at my gut? You know, like, and he like, what are you talking about? And I would say stuff to him like, how can you be attracted to me with this stomach? Wow. And I didn't even realize like how bad I was talking to myself about myself until I just hit a point where I'm just like, girl, I feel like I didn't even know who I was looking at in the mirror. Because in my mind, I'm like, okay, I know I'm cute. I'm not ugly, you know, like I might not be the smallest, but I knew these things in my mind. But then when I looked at myself in the mirror, I didn't feel those things. So I'm like, it was like I wasn't even looking at me. And so one of my friends had told me about a workout plan that she saw. And so we kind of talked about doing it together. And so I was like, okay, I'm starting to do this on this day. And I literally took all complications out of my head. Like I literally just made it, I'm a workout. Like, I don't care if I'm doing the exercise right. I don't care if I feel like I'm gonna die at the end of it. Like all I'm gonna do is commit to working out. And so I followed the plan. I kind of made sure I changed my diet. But even in the beginning, I literally made it so simple that I was just like, I'm not going to eat no fast food. And that's the only thing I cut out. And I was like, I'm going to drink some water and I'm not going to eat fast food. And
let me stop you because this is a really good point. Like for those of us who are trying to hop on this wagon is one, you said you cut out all complications. So keeping it simple, focus on one thing at a time, because I know like that's my weakness. I feel like, you know, I'm not drinking enough water and not eating enough bread and, you know, too much sweets over here and like trying to just focus on everything at one time. And that's when it becomes super overwhelming. So I love that you have really given us the first practical step, which is focus on one thing at a time. So your first thing focusing on was just cutting out fast food. Got it. Keep going.
Yep. Yeah. Everything I made super simple because like you said, you get in your mind and you just like, okay, so I need new workout clothes. I need resistance bands. I need dumbbells. I need a water jug. I need this. I need that. Then you just like, oh my God, like I need all of this stuff just to get in shape. And it's just not like, you just can't, you know, especially if you are, you know, working full time, you're a wife, a mom, all of that is just overwhelming. And you just think yourself right out of what you're trying to do. So like you said, I just kept it completely simple. I'm like, I'm gonna work out and I'm not gonna eat no fast food. And then with the water, I was just like, I don't know if I could do a whole gallon, you know, that's a lot. So I'm just gonna only drink water. So when I drink something, it's gonna be water. I don't know how many bottles that would equate to in a day, but I'm just not gonna drink nothing else but water. Like I just had to make it super simple because at that point I felt like my mental was like in a state of emergency because I was just so like, I was timid. It was affecting, like I said, me and my husband. It was affecting the way I looked at myself in the mirror. And even I didn't want people to come over unless I was like fully dressed in an outfit because then I could, hide what I needed to hide and, if I'm just laying around the house in some shorts and a t-shirt, I just feel like I'm sloppy. It just affected so many areas. And I feel like I didn't have a choice but to figure out how to get myself back to a better place. So I took all the complications out. I did the plan for a few months and I started seeing immediate results. And I think another thing is like when you commit to doing a plan or commit to doing anything, you have to make sure that you commit to it. And that doesn't necessarily mean don't miss a day or you can't have no slip ups, because we're human, you know?
Right.
But you just have to, like I said, show up for yourself more days than not. And with emotions and hormones and PMS and all that, like, okay, I get it. You know, you want some fried chicken. Go ahead and have your fried chicken and then get back to your salad, you know? Just like don't be so hard on yourself, but give yourself a little pressure to stay committed. Because at the end of the day, if you keep starting and stopping and, oh, I messed up this day, so I'm gonna start over on Monday and all of that, it's just gonna make you feel more down on yourself because you're not committing to anything. So definitely just kind of like
eliminate. How did you eliminate like distractions, right? Because we always have like those distractions to where we want to stop. Like, what was it where you were just like, no, I'm going to continue?
It was a little bit of the results that I was seeing. I started to feel better about myself. It was that, and then it was also when I realized that the distractions were stopping me from certain things, I thought like, okay, how can I do this to get rid of some of these distractions? So originally I was working out at the end of the day. Like I would go to work, come home, get the kids straight, and then I work out at maybe like 6 or 7. But the kids are a distraction. I don't work the whole day. Now I'm coming home. At that time, my husband was working at night. So I'm coming home with the kids by myself, getting them situated and then working out. And so I was missing a few days because I was tired by that time. So to eliminate those distractions, I was just like, I guess I'm gonna have to get up early. So then that's when I started getting up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock to work out.
Oh, listen, so when I first started with my trainer, I was doing 5 a.m. sessions. And you know, I realized that I don't know what possessed me to try to commit to that because I'm not, let me not say I'm not a morning person. I'm still really, really working on getting up that early in the morning.
Yes, it's a commitment. It is a commitment. Definitely.
So I had to change it. Like I had to change my sessions to like as soon as I get off of work and before we pick up the kids, because I was the opposite to where like I was lying to myself saying you finna get up on these days, you know, at 4 something in the morning so you can make it there by 5. And I was just like, no, sis, that's not not right now. So I was like the opposite and, you know, eliminating that distraction. But okay, keep going.
But see, even that's a good point though, because that's another thing you can't look at. Some people would message me like, girl, I've been trying to get up at 5 o'clock and work out. Like, we not the same. You got to find out what works for you and your schedule. So don't, you know, look at other people like, oh, well, they do this, so that means I got to do this. Working out is working out no matter what time of day.
Don't compare yourself to somebody else. Do what works for you. I love it.
Yeah, working out is working out no matter what time of day you do it. It's still a workout. So, so yeah, I just kind of, I don't remember where I was, but I just kind of went from there as far as, we were talking about the distractions. So yeah, I changed from working out at night to working out in the morning. And it's actually not my favorite thing to do. I've been doing it for months at this point, but I could be 100% honest, it's not my favorite thing to do at all. I struggle in the morning, every morning. I don't know if I'm gonna get used to it at some point, but right now I'm still like, you know, it's still a struggle for me, but that's just what works best for me. So you just gotta be honest with yourself. What works best for you was just like you said, the 5 a.m. it wasn't working for you. So you had to change that around. So just finding where you can eliminate your distractions and switching it around, because at the end of the day, this is about you and you can't be your best you if you don't feel your best. Absolutely. So you have to make that a priority, just like you make everything else a priority.
You know, I think like a mindset shift that I have really had to have recently is choosing to do something like my life depends on it. Because if I don't see it as like a life or death situation, I will continue to find excuses not to do something.
Right.
And I I can't even say was, because a lot of time I still am this way now. Like when, I look in the mirror, now, kind of just like you said, I don't think I'm an ugly person by any means, but when you have been accustomed to looking a certain way for several years, and then in the course of, 2 years, you look different, like I'm like 30 pounds heavier than what I'm used to being, right? And so, of course, my husband, he's also very supportive, where he's like, you look beautiful. And he's like, girl, you just had 2 children. Like, because, I'm the worst at giving myself grace. I am learning that literally right now is giving myself grace. And um I say that very carefully because, sometimes we kind of misuse grace, and we misuse grace, to just kind of do what we want to do and say, oh, I have grace. And that's not what grace is for.
No.
Like grace is supposed to like actually, empower us to live a better life. And I am trying to, because I know that I'm trying, I'm trying to put my best foot forward, and I'm daily having to talk to myself like, girl, get it together, and I think another thing that really helps me when I say I have to look at this like a life or death situation, I really have to envision my future. Because if we get stuck with only seeing where we are right now, then I feel like we'll kind of go through life aimlessly with no target, with no goal. And when I envision my future and where I know God needs me to be, I know that I can't get there, or if I do get there, I can't maintain it if I still make poor decisions today. And that starts with my health, and it's something I don't think we really talk about it enough. It's kind of like, oh, you eat healthy or you work out or whatever, like, oh, that's cool, but you know why. But really, if you think about, when we are, asking God to promote us or expand our territory and all this other type of stuff, but we don't know how to discipline our bodies, and every day we're too tired to do things, or our mood and our attitude is messed up because of what we're eating, and how we're not stewarding our temple, right? And so I've had to get to this mindset of, this is life or death. Like, I don't want to just be here in life just existing, and I'm not doing anything that God has created me to do because I'm slothful, or because I'm tired all the time and I don't have any energy and I don't have the headspace to help people or to do anything, right? So it's much deeper than just, let me eat this fried chicken, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, yeah, we have mess ups. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be there often.
Yeah. Or sometimes still too, girl. It's okay.
But you know what? I'm not going to stop on I'm not gonna give up on me. And I think that's important, that we kind of just put that in your back pocket, like that you are important. Your goals are important, your purpose is important. And so how you treat your body is equally as important, So yeah, I'm just super grateful for that. So just, tell us, how often do you work out, and all that good stuff, And you said you've been doing this for a few months now, right?
Yeah, it's probably been since I guess the pandemic kind of hit in March or April, like that area.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's probably been officially since April, because I know March, that's when everything kind of went crazy. So yeah, so it's been since April. But before I answer that question, just to piggyback off what you said, as far as it's much bigger than something, like one specific thing.
Absolutely.
I feel like if people look at fitness for more than just what it is, like just working out or eating healthy, then I feel like it would be easier to work out. Because at some point when I was working out, of course I started for myself to lose weight and to like myself better. But then, people would say like, oh my gosh, like you really inspire me and things like that. And when people say that I inspire them, I don't take that lightly, because that means that something I'm doing is helping their life. And so it just became so much more than just me working out. So at this point, of course, I know I probably get on some people's nerves with, the pictures and the posts and stuff like that, but you just never know, if you just take yourself out of the equation, how much more you can help so many other people. And that's why I even decided to come out with a fitness plan and stuff like that, is because so many people were asking me questions, and so many people like, oh, you inspired me and stuff like that. And so now I feel like God has disciplined me to a certain point where now I can help other women feel better about themselves ultimately. So it's more than just working out.
Girl, let me say something about that, because sometimes it's the things that we struggle with the most are the things that people actually need from us. And so it's very important that we note not to look at your current struggles as a flaw or a downfall or a failure, because when you get it, when you can actually conquer through that, then you will be able to use that to help somebody else, right? Because we're not here just for us, right? Like that's not, we're not here for selfish motives, and if you are, you might need to check that.
Right.
Everything that we do is always much bigger than just who we are and just what we can benefit from, right? And I love that, because that's honestly, like, a lot of people, this ongoing question is, what is my purpose? I don't know why God has me here. I don't know why I'm created. And it's like, it probably has something to do with the thing that you struggle with the most, that he's trying to get you to come out of. That's probably the thing that you're supposed to be helping other people get out of, right? Because a lot of times we see the results of people, right? But you don't really see the background, like what it took,
where they came from.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Yep.
And so like we can't get caught up like on this microwave mentality where it's like, oh yes, I'm gonna decide I'm gonna do this and it's gonna happen just like that. And it takes some time, it takes some work, right? It's a process to get to that place. There's always behind the scenes. And so whatever that is that you've been struggling with and you've really been having a hard time disciplining yourself with, that's probably the thing that God is going to use in you to help someone else. So I'm so glad that you said that, Brie.
Definitely. That's God using you. And, even once God uses you and you see like, okay, whatever it may be, for me, it was working out. So I'm like, okay, I can work out. Like, I'm learning different stuff about the body and stuff like that. And my husband had said to me one time, like, you need to make a workout plan. And I was like, you sound crazy. Like, no, like people my initial thought was like, I come out with a workout plan and people gonna be like, who she thinks she is? And then I was listening to Michael Todd one day, and he was just like, he fought God so hard on something that he told him to do, to the point where he was just like, God was like, look, you're going to do this, or I'm going to remove it from you and give it to somebody else. Then how you going to feel, And so the more I thought about it, I'm just like, this God is using me. So let him use me and not worry about, nothing else. So it's definitely deeper than just working out, you know, because you just don't know who you can inspire. And ultimately working out, fitness gives you a healthier lifestyle. So yeah. But to answer your question, so we just went so far off, but you know.
Girl, no, we were right on. That's what we
yes.
So it's all good.
But so I work out 5 days a week, Monday through Friday usually. If I skip a day during the week for whatever reason, I'll make it up on a Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
But typically it's 5 days a week. And I go to the gym currently. I actually did home workouts probably from like April to up until like maybe 2 months ago, maybe a month ago. It hasn't been long that I've been going to the gym every day. At first I was just working out at home. Okay. Even when I was waking up early, I was just going to the living room and working out. So I did at-home workouts, and now I do gym workouts. And some days I do at home too, if whatever life, you know, I'll just work out at the house. But yeah. And then as far as my eating, I'm still not like 100% on it like I should be. Usually weekends is when I give myself a little cheat. So, you know, this weekend I just gave myself one cheat and then another, and then another. I'm like, okay, sis, you're going to be struggling in the gym on Monday.
Listen, working these pounds off come Monday.
Right. Exactly. But, yeah, during the week, usually I just try to make sure I stay away from fast food, fried food. I try to do like a lot of greens. I really am not like, I don't love vegetables, but I force myself, I'll say. And I put my greens usually like in a smoothie or like a salad or something like that.
Okay.
Because I'm not like a side vegetable type of girl, like broccoli or green beans.
And I don't know. I love vegetables.
Really?
I can eat vegetables all day, and I don't have to have meat. I mean, I love meat. Don't get it wrong. Don't get twisted. Yeah. But I love vegetables.
Well, that's good, because vegetables is like a major key. And I do drink a gallon of water every single day.
You made it to the gallon.
Yeah, I made it to the gallon, yes. And then even that, like, you just got to break stuff down into small, like, everything has to be simplified, because if you complicate it, it's over. Yeah. So for me, I was like, okay, how many bottles is a gallon of water? It's only 7 bottles. Like, when you break it down like that, you're like, okay, that's not too bad. And then you could get one of those gallon jugs, which some people say that's too intimidating for them, like to see all that water. But even like, this is my water cup, and it fits 2 cups in here. So I know that. So now I know how many of these I need to drink in a day to get to my gallon. So you just got to simplify stuff. So yeah, I got to my gallon. So I do drink a gallon of water every day. And like I said, some days I fall short of his glory, okay? I be girl, I be in the line at the Chick-fil-A like,
But baby, who can resist Chick-fil-A and them
exactly?
And don't even get me started on that mac and cheese, honey.
Girl, I actually just tried the mac and cheese for the first time a few weeks ago, and I'm like, now this is the devil. This is not right. But when you're getting into your journey, it's just having more good days than bad days. Because it's going to be days where you slip up and you be in the drive-through. So you just got to make sure you have more good days. You know, meal prepping and stuff like that. Those are the things that'll keep you from, you know, being forced to go buy food or to do something quick, like fry some chicken or something like that. So
I love it. So I want to just summarize this up for all my people and me. So we are not going to complicate this. Okay.
No, we're not.
We're going to focus on one thing at a time. So would that be you just saying every time you take a sip of something, it's going to be water, you know, or like Bree said, maybe you're going to stop with fast food, or maybe you're going to stop with eating cake and ice cream and sugars all the time. Maybe you stop, you know, going to the gas station and getting you a good Snickers or a Reese's.
Right. Right.
Maybe your goal is focus on that one thing at a time and then begin to build yourself to other things. Second, you're not going to compare our journey to anybody else's. You have to do what works for you. Your schedule is different from mine. Your family looks different from mine. You got to do what works for you, right?
Right.
And what was the last thing we said? Oh, this is more. This is more than just about you.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, this is more than just about you. So we got to look at it like that. I love that. So before we go, I want you to tell everybody how to reach you and Honey about this new product that you're about to drop. Give us all the details so that we can invest.
Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram. I'm pretty sure it'll be tagged in the comment or something like that, but you can follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm putting all my details. I do have a 30-day fitness plan coming out in January. It's probably going to be the second or third week of January. And I really focused on what most women, obviously I can't do what every woman wants, but I'm sorry if y'all, that's my husband watching football. But I really focused on what most women have the trouble areas, you know, like the stomach, the butt, the breast, you know, all of that, because all of that can be changed in the gym. And so I just really focused on those areas, and it is challenging, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, I am gonna set the disclaimers that if you just do what you can every day, then you'll get there. You know, push yourself, but don't kill yourself, type of thing.
That's it.
And so I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited for people to get it. I'm ready for people to tell me, you know, what it did for them. I actually have like 4 or 5 girls testing it out right now, and they texting me different things about it. And I'm excited. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited for what this is going to turn into. And I just want everybody to be their best self and feel their best. And I feel like fitness is definitely a gateway to just a better you, for sure.
Absolutely. I love that. And can you tell us just the results that you have seen just over the last few months, like once you have just decided to commit to it?
So obviously the main thing was my midsection, you know, that gut.
Yes, ma'am.
That was the area that had to go. So, you know, I'm not like all the way where I want to be, but you know, I can put on a bikini and I'll be confident in it. And I gave myself a little butt lift, so I'm excited about that. And you know, but yeah, definitely just the body changes. But I'm gonna tell you another tip is that I haven't lost a single pound. And I have a post on my Instagram about how I weighed the same that I did when I started as what I do now. And so that's one tip, like don't look at the scale. So you can add that to the list. Don't worry about the scale. We just worried about how we feel, how our clothes fit. So I'm excited. And most importantly, I feel more confident. I feel better about myself. I'm not so like, I don't want to take a picture because I feel fat, or, you know, changing my outfit 1,000 times because everything made my stomach look big. So that's the most important part. I feel much better.
I love it. And can I post that picture that you're talking about, like from before you started and where you are now, how you haven't lost a pound, but the inches have gone away and you've gained muscle? Can I post that picture?
Yeah, sure. Of course.
Okay, I'm going to post that because I think that's so important that, hey, and because I'm definitely one of them people. I look at the scale like, what I done lost, you know. Yeah. But you're so right. If you're gaining muscle in the right areas, you know, it doesn't matter. It's just, do you like how you look? Period.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep.
So, Bree, thank you so much. I know that somebody is definitely going to be inspired by you, by your life, by your discipline, and just really just by your commitment to say, I'm starting new life. You know, I didn't like how I looked, so you know what, I'm gonna change it because I can do it. So if nobody else, I'm certainly inspired, but I already know that more people is going to be inspired. So I just thank you so much. And you know, for those who are watching this, please reach out to Bree. You know, you have questions about fitness stuff or anything about her journey, reach out to her. Make sure that you go and buy her health plan. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your lunch.
Thank you.
Make sure you keep me updated. And just in case y'all haven't noticed, y'all see how we got on the same color?
Yes, coordinate.
Even plans.
No.
Because we tight like that.
Yes.
All right.
I appreciate you for having me on here. I really do.
Girl, of course. I'm glad that you agreed. So Thank you. And thank you all for watching another episode of Testimony Tuesday. And I will see you guys later. Bye.